This week's Seder, Pashas Eikev, talks about one Nakuda I would like to talk about, one point, which is about Bרכת המזון. When a person eats, he tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want to thank you for all the food you gave me. Everything you gave me has got nothing to do with me, that I'm matzliach and parnoso. I work in diamonds, I work in real estate. Whatever I do, all my parnosa comes from you alone. It's got nothing to do with me. It only comes from you. You give me a possibility of working and helping and living. I want to thank you, Melech Malchei Hamlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's what we see in the Pasuk before Sheni. Before Sheni says, V'ochalta v'savoto uverachta es Hashem Elekecho ala oretz hatoiva shonos aloch. I want to thank you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for all what you gave me. If Hishom Elecho, don't forget to thank me. If you forget to thank me, then you'll come to Gaiva. V'rom levavecha is like a molek. 240 is like a molek. You come to Gaiva, I don't want to be with you. Someone, a Yid which has Gaiva, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Ani v'hu, we can't live on the same boat. Hashem says, I can't live with you, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes, and the boat drowns. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I can't be with you on the same place. To be with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we have to be as a bechina of Korov, Hashem lenishbrei lev, v'ezdakei ruach Yoshia. We want HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be with us. We have to make a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have to make a room for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have to make a sofa. We have to make a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be with us. And what is the place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be with us? We have to make brocha b'bayit hazeh in order that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should come. So when does HaKadosh Baruch Hu come? When a person benches HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to look at Yonis and Eibishter brings down. B'shem Rabbeinu Arizal. When a person eats the food, you want to have brocha on the food. You have to make sure that the food is bought with kosher money. If a person steals, if a person has gambling, or a person takes money has a klola in the money, there's no brocha in the money, and you buy food and you eat it, then the germs of the food go into the body, and instead of making the body holy, makes the body tomei, and makes the body not feel good. In order that a person should feel good, like the Orach HaMakodesh says, the Gemara Yuma says, Al tikrev v'nitmeisem bom, ele v'nitamtem bom. For example, someone eats food with toiloim, with ants and animals inside the food. It's nogay to us. It's mamish nogay to us these days. These days are very hot. And someone leaves open a pot of soup on the gas. The gas is off, but leaves the pot open. It's very possible that a fly can fly in there, or an animal can fall in there, and a person eats it. Even if a person doesn't have kavona to eat the animal, he has got kavona, but he ate it, he fed in the food. Or a person eats a date, or a fig, or a plum at night, and he can't see if there's any worms in the food. He doesn't have kavona, of course he doesn't want to eat it, but a person which eats otolas is 5 lavin. 5 times 39 is 195 malchus. If the person eats, a person has got kavona, but if a person takes his finger, puts his finger in the faucet, puts his finger in the plug, in electricity, puts his finger in the fire, he has kavona not to be burnt. Does it help him? Doesn't help him. If his finger goes in the fire, it gets burnt. If someone eats an animal, an ant, or a tolat, or something else, he eats it, a fly, he has got kavona to eat it, but it's betamtem him. Al tikrev v'nitamtem bam, al tikrev v'nitmeisem bom, ele v'nitamtem bom. It makes a person fatamt. Person wants to learn Torah, doesn't go into his head, doesn't understand. What do you talk about? Why? It's got to do with the food. In order for you to understand Torah, in order for you to be close to Hashem, you have to have a holy body. The holy body, in order the Shechina, the Eshkoin, in order the Shechina to come on our set of B'chatzke Levenstein. B'chatzke Levenstein brings down. In order that the Shechina should be on us, and B'chaim Friedler brings down the same thing. In order, why is the Shechina on the Rosh of the Choyle? Because the Choyle is degraded himself. He lies in bed. He doesn't feel good. He realizes something's wrong. So he's making himself Shval Ruach. The Shechina says, you are Shval Ruach. I will put my Shechina onto you. Why don't you be next to a Choyle? The head of the Choyle is called the Shechina on the head of the Choyle. Mashenkim in the Choyle, when a person is a Baal Gaiva, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I don't want to be with you. When does a person get this matono of being Shval Ruach? If a person makes himself degraded. When is that? When we are close to Hashem. We have kesher with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We eat food. We say Shahakol, Bore Nefoshois, Bore Mezoinois, Ala Michno. Hazon es Oilom. We thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are moided to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If Chas v'Chelila we are not moided to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then the Pasuk says, Yishom Elecho. Pen tishkach et Hashem Elekecho. You come to forget HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then what will we be? You become Baal Gaiva. V'rom levavecho. You become a Baal Gaiva. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. Leave me alone. I cannot be with a Baal Gaiva in the same world. That's what the Pasuk. V'rom levavecho. V'shachach et Hashem Elekecho. Then you come to avoid the Zohar even. V'im shechoach tishkach. V'alach de'achei lehim acherim. You come to Madriga. You go all the way down. You want me to be with you. How do you eat? What do you eat? When you bench, how do you bench? Rab Shach brings down a few times there's a time of Mechom and Etzol. And Rabbonim, Gdoilim came to him and said, Rabbi, what do we do? There's a war over here. What does the Rebbe say? What does the Rosh Shiva say? To be mekavan in ourselves something. Shach says only a little Kabbalah. A person can't make a big Kabbalah. Doesn't go like that. It lasts for 1 second. You always see Rosh Hashanah. Comes to Rosh Hashanah, people mekavan on themselves, tshuva, and mekavan on their Kabbalahs. How long does a Kabbalah last for? 1 day or 1 hour or 5 minutes? A person cannot jump from the first grade till 10th grade. It doesn't go like that. A person has to go slowly, step by step. The Pshach says, be mekavan on yourself 1 Kabbalah, minimized Kabbalah. Of what? Of benching the first tefillah in a siddur. I want to tell you a story. I said the story a few times tonight already. There was once a person who worked in the library. He worked in the library 60 years ago. And Shlomo Shaldon brings down the story. And the person who worked in the library used to find Ktav Yad, to take a Ktav Yad from the library to see what's Rashi, Ramban, Sifro, Rashbo, take it out of the library. A young man, after he finished working there, used to eat lunch there. Once he ate lunch there, and he said, Bechas HaMazon. And in the Nusach of Bechas HaMazon, he said, V'noat hatzechenu Hashem Elokeinu, lo lidei madnas b'sov adom, v'lo lidei avosom ki im liyotcho, hamlei apsucha gdoisho v'ochovo, shelo nevoish, v'lo nikoleim, v'lo nikosheil lo oilam voed. Sat there a librarian, and she said, what? V'lo nikosheil? She says, she used to be frum. Once upon a time, she left the whole Yadut. She went down, came a fire. But I don't remember it said, V'loini koshel. It only says, V'loini kolim, lo'olam voed. Where do you get V'loini koshel from? So the man says, that's what my father mentioned. And I'll bring down what my father mentioned, I'll bring it here tomorrow morning. When I make a photocopy of it, I'll bring it. The next time he came, he was sitting in the siddur. She saw it. Then she was happy. And clearly that's the end of the story. A few months later, this Yid gets an invitation for Chasna, Chosen and the Kala. And he tells his wife, I don't know, not the Chosen or the Kala, but I got the invitation. Why did I get invitation? Who knows me? But if I got an invitation, I have to go. So he went to the chasna. He didn't know, not the chosen, not the color. He didn't know, he stand on the side. He felt ashamed, he didn't know anyone. Suddenly someone comes up to him and tells him, tell me, your name is so-and-so? He says, yeah, that's me. So he said, the color wants to talk to you. Color wants to talk to me. I don't know the color I never seen the color before. No, the color says, b'schus of you, she was choize b'tshuva. B'schus of me. What did I do? I've never seen her before. Color comes along and says, she was a librarian in the library in this place. And you said, and so what happened? So the librarian says, I used to be a fire girl. Once upon a time I was from. I became a fire girl and I was going to get married to a goy. To a goy. An Arab it says, a goy. And I heard you say, and you brought a simon that's how you say it at home. I realized that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was talking to me. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent me a baskel from upstairs. Ruach HaKodesh HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent me. I was going to get married to this Arab. And I said, wait a minute. Since you came in and you said, I was choize b'tshuva. I left him. I was choize b'tshuva shleiman. And tonight I'm getting married to a Baal Tshuva. And I want to tell you, Mazel Tov, you saved my life. When a person benches and a person has kavono, the chinuch says if a person wants to have parnoso all his life and never to be missing money, he should bench from a siddur. Look inside our benches. Bench from the siddur. Be becoming ourselves at Hashem. How we bench, how we daven, how Kodesh Baruch Hu is with us, how Kodesh Baruch Hu is close to us. Eine Hashem lekecha bo, me'reishit hashono v'ad achris hashono. This week said, how Kodesh Baruch Hu is close to us in the whole world, and Dafka Eretz Yisrael, how Kodesh Baruch Hu is close with us, to be with us. How Kodesh Baruch Hu gives us parnoso, gives us gesund, gives us hatzlocha gedoylo. Everything starts from us. How we treat him, then the Kodesh Baruch Hu treats us. Kamayim aponim laponim, kelev odom laodom. We makabel al atzmeinu bezat Hashem, to be close to Hashem, to daven to Hashem, to bench Hashem, to say thank you to Hashem. Thank you. If someone says thank you, then everyone likes him. If someone has tinnitus, people don't like the person with tinnitus. You say, someone gives you something, you say thank you. I'm worried at you. I've got no words to thank you, how much you help me. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to say, V'chalto v'savoto v'rachto. How do you say thank you to me? How do you thank me? You look inside, you speak to me nicely, happily. Rabbi Son Najara, the Pelioids brings down, used to sing Zmiris on the table. How do you sing Zmiris? How do you bench HaKadosh Baruch Hu? How do you thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Toiv lo hoidois l'Hashem ulezame l'shimcho elyon. Lahagid ba'boiker chastecho v'munoscha b'leilos. We thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are moider to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then that's the best thing. If Chas v'Chalila, someone is not moider to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he comes to Bechina, what says in this week's Parsha, Koichi v'oitzim yodi osile tachai lezeh. I don't need HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Chas v'Chalila. I'm mistadel avad. I can manage alone. No one can manage alone. No one ever can manage alone. We all go, whatever we do, is all be'ezras HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And b'schutz this, the machshovas we have to daven to Hashem. V'toy metzion al zavani Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is part of the Shiva Denechemta. We haven't got the Beis HaMikdash. We haven't got nothing over here, no koinim ba'avodosom, no levim v'shirom u'v'zimrom, but b'schutz, we bezrat Hashem, we daven to Hashem, we thank Hashem, we come close to Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will come close to us, bezrat Hashem, will redeem us from all the tzores, all the problems, bezrat Hashem, will all be zoicha, eine Hashem bo, me'reishish hashono, vat achis hashono, ki shov Hashem b'tzion, bezrat Hashem, because we will bring back the Gula Shlema, b'shech tzidkenu, b'toy rachamim, chasodim, גדולים ומרובים, במהרה ויומנו, אמן ואמן.